Yeah, welcome guys. Welcome. Let me add the people here, G certified, where you are. Welcome to Hamza Talk Football. Can you hear me, guys? Yeah?
Yeah, can you hear me, bro?
Good
Hey Hamza,
guys.
how are you?
Sorry for the little wait.
Let's
I
guys.
came from work, so I had to go and change in the city top. And I thought let me just before we start, I thought let me look for the laptop and then we can start. You guys can see me, yeah?
Yeah, I can see you, bro. I can see you.
Good, man. How you guys doing, G certified, man?
Bro, I'm good, man. I'm good. Listen, the season's starting next week, bro.
Season
Already?
starting next week, yeah?
Yeah, man, pre-season, bro. They're coming back on the weekend, I heard. So, this,
Oh, tell me about it, man. I'm excited about this, man. You
bro, man.
know, it's stressful, man. Oh my God, just every day, man. Just waiting for the season to start. But I'm enjoying it because we're not under pressure. So, it's been an easy season for us, man. Like in terms of like just to have that aura of like we've won everything. And
Yes.
now we're not under pressure, so we're just enjoying the holiday. But bloody hell, man! What a fantastic way to be a City fan, man. And I'm just gonna welcome there. What's the name? Gadororian Pitch Points. Welcome, bro.
Hamza,
How you
certified. How
doing?
are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you properly.
Yeah, I'm at my son's football game, but I'll be able to listen in and contribute. He just joined a new. So he's part of the Man City Academy, and
Yes.
they're practicing right now U8 in
Uh huh.
32-degree weather, 30-degree
Oh,
centigrade weather. Yep.
fantastic! Wow,
Yeah.
wow, brilliant,
Yeah,
man.
these kids they're serious, man. These City Academy kids they're really serious, man.
My God,
Big
that's
up, man, Bendo, man. Big up, man, Hamza, man. Let's do this,
big
man.
up everyone. Big up everyone. Like, nah, welcome, guys, everyone. So we're just gonna get to the point and do a little show, man. Talk about like what's been happening so far. Like, let's first talk about the city, and the market. What's been the latest so far? Like, first, let's talk about the ins. We haven't had a signing yet. Still, other than Kovacic. Vardiol deal is a bit still being negotiated, you know. So far for me, it's been a quiet so far transfer market other than Kovacic. What have you got to say about that, G certified?
Bro, I think this window, man, I'd say it's a 6 if I had to rate it out of 10, bro. I think we've lost our captain, which was obviously fair enough. We knew he was coming to the end of his contract, so
Mm,
we knew the ball was in his court.
mm,
So we could do nothing about that. We bought in Kovacic, fair enough, we replaced him,
mm,
but we haven't really addressed the positions that we may have wanted to address. Last season, we were saying, oh, yeah, we want to address these
mm,
situations. We've got a small squad. And then now, now apparently we're not addressing those. So for me, I think that not getting a winger, I don't agree with that. I
mm,
think that we need another winger, but if Cole Palmer, as said last week to you, Hamza, if Cole Palmer is the truth, then okay, so be it.
mm,
And as for the defense, okay, fair enough. I don't know. Nobody, I don't think, is going to get Cancelo because the
mm.
price that we want for Cancelo, how much do we want for Cancelo? Like 70 million. Who's going to pay
Yeah.
70 million? So we're going to have Cancelo probably for the season. So I just don't know, man. I think Bernardo will stay though. So that's the good news. I think Bernardo, I don't think anyone's paying that.
Mm.
And then after that, it's just kind of I don't think we're going to sign any. I think Gavardio maybe. I think we are trying to work on other signings, but I just think that this Gavardio one is going to take a long time. That's the one.
I think yeah, completely. We've been waiting for it was supposed to be done, but you know how City are. They're very clever in the market. Yeah, you can't just go there and splash the cash. Oh, we want 100 million, give you 100 million. Because what happens is other teams will start coming in and they'll start requesting for that price, like exactly. What we're doing is here to make sure we negotiate. We worked out the Cucurella deal to show that, listen, we just don't need a player desperately that we need. For we know that City want Vardio. We know Vardio wants City. So the only issue here is about negotiating, And to me, it's just a matter of time before that is agreed because
Well, Hamza, there's another factor that so Patrick and I we have our show that we do, right?
mm,
So one of the things that we do very quickly is that we don't just look at the target we're looking at. We're looking at what the club that we're trying to buy from does in the market.
mm,
So right now we're watching the movement of any defender that Leipzig is being linked to because they have to replace Guardiola. Sometimes clubs will have an agreement that they should wait until they get a replacement before they finalize the transaction. You following me?
Yep,
right?
absolutely.
So if we see movement on Leipzig around the defender and maybe coming in, that's an indication that, okay, they're getting closer to announcing the deal that's about to happen. I mean, the reality is that personal terms have been agreed with Guardiola, right? And we need him, okay?
Yeah.
But even if Guardiola doesn't come, I'm totally confident and I'm secure in the fact that if that doesn't happen, then we know Laporte's not going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, like this whole, I've said it from the big deal, this whole Bernardo deal, I don't think Bernardo's going to go anywhere. I don't think. I mean, the season starts in 3.5 weeks with the Community Shield.
Yeah.
All right. After that, it's the next game against Burnley, and then we have the Super Cup. Right. City's not going to waste time trying to. If you want to go, you have to have gone by July 1st.
Yeah.
Deal is done.
Yeah.
So I expect, Bernardo. I don't think Bernardo's going to leave. I think Guardiola will come, and then Laporte will go to Juventus or something because working agree. Even if it's on a loan to buy, they'll probably work it out.
So you, in terms of this, let's talk about this Laporte. Do you think we're waiting for this Laporte? Big up, guys! Everyone, join us. Lukman, Mov, Chelsea forever here. Yeah, big up to everyone. Abdullahi, Don Metro, big up, man, everyone. So I'm just gonna ask you, like, in terms of this, do you think that we're dependent to sell Laporte? Like, you think that we cannot buy Vardy until we sell Laporte?
No, I don't think so. I don't think one is contingent on the other. I think City have a very clear plan that they want Guardiola. They want it for a specific purpose that he performs. Because the two players are two different players. The way we play right now, right? One of the things that we play in this our new system, 3-box-3, is you want the back three to be very good at 1v1 defending one-on-one, right?
Yeah.
Think about Ake and Saka. Right? Think about Diaz and Lukaku.
Yes.
Think about Akanji and whoever played on that side, right? Think about the Bayern game. One-on-one defending. Without Walker, these guys ball. Right? In the biggest game of the season, right? In the GCL final, Pep doesn't play Walker because 1v1 Walker struggles. But 1v1, Akanji is better. 1v1, Ake is better. Right? 1v1, Diaz is better. Laporte is a good builder. He can build a play, he can move the ball, but he's very, very bad with 1v1. Think about Real Madrid last year. Think about Lyon, right? The Lyon game where 1v1, he was terrible. He's a great ball player, but one-on-one, he struggles. Guardiola is the opposite. He's a great 1v1 defender, and then can also build a play into the midfield. So I don't think one is upon the other. I think Guardiola comes in. When he comes in, Laporte will find a solution for him, whether it's a loan, it's a buy. I think he's going to go out.
The funny thing is, he's a first choice centre back for Spain, international player for Spain. You guys are taking the piss. Like, are you serious? The guy worth 50-60 million, no doubt about it. The problem is Laporte doesn't want to go Tottenham. To me,
he shouldn't go to Tottenham.
Is Tottenham.
No, he can't go to Tottenham, man. Listen, he's better than Tottenham. Let's be clear. Right? Laporte plays for Spain. He's an international player. He's going to go to Tottenham and not play in Conference League. He doesn't want that. Right? He'd probably go to Roma or go to Napoli or go to Inter Milan because they lost a player. They're still in the UCL. Go on loan to Inter Milan.
You know what it is gonna. I think that the Walker thing. I think Walker we did a little bit of disservice there, man. Like, for me, Kyle Walker, I think the reason why he just didn't get back in was just because John Stones, what he was doing in the midfield. That's why I don't think Kyle Walker got back in the team, because I just don't think. I think defensively Walker's sound. I think he's fine. I think it's the playing in the midfield, the whole thing that John Stones does. That's where Walker, he gets let down time and time again. As for Laporte, that situation, I agree with the Real Madrid game, the Lyon game. Laporte has that in him. However, if Laporte can get anywhere back to the 18-19 season levels or anywhere close to that, he'll get back in the team. I just don't think.
Yeah, I think we lost the G certified.
Yeah, I mean, so certified makes a good point that if we can get Laporte back to 18-19 levels, and I agree. The problem is that City right now have exceeded 18-19 level. Hamza, let's be clear, Hamza. Let's be very, very clear, right?
Yeah.
Let's be clear, Hamza. City won a treble.
Yeah.
Not a local domestic quadruple. City won the Champions League, didn't lose one game. City won the invincible Champions League.
Say it again, bro. Again.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
City also beat Arsenal to the league, walked it. City also beat United to the FA Cup, and they had to play Chelsea, play Liverpool, play all these guys and knock them out to get to that. So the 18-19 City cannot beat this, 22-23 City. No way.
No chance.
So the levels, Hamza, my point is the levels at which these teams played at last season is far and above beyond. And this City team beat the 17-18 team, the Centurions, to the title. You know why? Because they won't concede goals.
Yeah, they won't.
They won't concede goals.
They won't.
You're not putting three past these guys. You're not putting three past them.
That's true.
Yeah.
These guys aren't going to Anfield and conceding 3-0 in 30 minutes. It ain't happening.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, Laporte, it's just when I see him, Gundo, man, like Laporte, I do think that he is on that level where he can be one of the best centre-backs in the world again. Or when I see him play for Spain, like he can hold it down. The thing is with Laporte, I just think that compared to the others centre-backs that we've had this season, they've been on like another level this season. But I think Laporte, if he can just somehow do what John Stones did 9-20, go away, somehow get your head back together. I don't know, stop, maybe train better. I don't know what he's going to be doing. But
I think Laporte's issue is one of confidence. He's a confidence player, right? So when he doesn't feel confident or he doesn't have a run of games, he's upset, and that affects his mood, affects his vibe, affects his play. Right? Someone like Diaz doesn't need confidence from anybody. He doesn't. I remember there was a game where I think Pep was lashing out at a player. Maybe it was Calvin Phillips or somebody shouting at you, right? Diaz goes to this player, pulls him, speaks in his ear, like, "Don't worry about the boss, man. Just focus on the game. I got you."
Yeah.
That's the kind of mentality that doesn't care about what happens. He's on the field. He's a warrior. Remember the Barcelona days, Hamza, they had Puyol and Piqué.
Yeah.
Diaz is our Puyol.
Absolutely.
Warrior. He's a warrior. He's a fighter. He's not the quickest. He's not the best ball player, but he's a fighter.
Absolutely.
Laporte needs to be and Stones has now had that mentality of being a fighter, but also having no fear. Laporte needs to get to that level.
Yeah.
Stones is the PK.
Stones is the PK. Stones is the builder. Right?
Yeah.
Diaz is the blocker. Stones is the builder.
I think completely. Like I think one good point people said. I remember I was in the Wolves game. We lost company. September, I was at the stadium when we lost Laporte to an ACL or meniscus injury. And since then, I think his pace, he slowed down the pace. He was great before that. He's still great. But I think his level slightly, when a footballer dips by 1 or 2 or 3%, it's a massive, you can tell a difference. Like Laporte's still good, but little errors, like let's say, for example, what he's done for the club is amazing. I think for us is if we can get good money off him, it will be a fantastic. But it's the fact I want to raise the issue. We're struggling to get rid of Cancelo.
Cancelo's Hamza, let me tell you this right. Cancelo's toast. He ain't coming back.
He's not coming back. You guys believe he's not coming back?
Well, no. I don't know who's gonna pay that money.
No, just send him on loan. Right off.
You think just to loan him?
They'll find a solution. Yeah, they'll loan him out.
You know what, bro? I'll be honest. I would rather that was. I don't know if we can just pay the whole contract, pay him out, and then rather than send him on loan. I just feel like the loan thing, man. I don't know, man. But I don't know. I want money for this guy.
I want money. The thing is, Barca don't have money. The team that wants players, Barca don't have money. Real Madrid should be coming for him because Real Madrid have got Carvajal. If a Real Madrid's listening to us, please start putting pressure on your club because you need a right back. Carvajal is old. Cancelo's available. You got the money. Pay 70, we'll give it to you. So, I don't know, man. The thing is, we don't want to loan him. These clubs want to loan and take advantage of us. I don't know. If he comes back and says, Pep, I'm sorry for what I did. I'm willing to change. You think there's no going back?
Nah, see, Hamza, Pep is an animal, man. Pep never forgets. Pep's like an elephant, he doesn't forget.
But Gunda, what would you do? What would you do, Gunda?
Cancelo?
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, I'm gone. He's gone. He's out. See, there's a reason why, right? When a manager sends you off on loan, by the way, he sends you off on loan without a loan fee back. Let's be clear. City sent Cancelo to Bayern Munich and told Bayern Munich, you don't need to pay us a loan fee, just pay him a salary for 6 months. Right? That tells you that all is not well. Get him off my books. Get him out of here. There's no way back.
No way back.
Oh, it's finished. And then on top of that, to make things worse, certified, you go and win the treble. Your form improves right after this guy goes out. Oh, he's toast. There's no way.
Wow.
There's no way. When you try to injure a player, your teammate in practice because you're upset with the guy taking your spot, Ake, and you don't celebrate for Ake when Ake
is that what he did? Is that what?
Oh, man, there's stories, man. And you don't celebrate with Ake when Ake is doing well. Oh, you're out. He's out. There's no way back. There's no way back.
The one for me was when Haaland. I get it. Yeah, he was playing for them, but when Haaland missed the penalty,
Oh yeah, that was when Diaz went to him.
That's when you celebrate.
Yeah, that's when Diaz went to him.
I've seen former players come to the Etihad, and or they might have a good game, but some of them don't celebrate like that. You think Aguero, if he returned, would be celebrating like that? Or okay, maybe not. Maybe Aguero, of course, he's a bigger legend, but even Gareth Barry, bro. If I saw Gareth Barry, I never remember Gareth Barry celebrating like that.
Never.
Oh, so I remember Hamza. The incident that happened with Diaz and was when Haaland gave the penalty to Gundogan against, I think it was Everton or some game, and then Gundogan misses. Right when Pep told Haaland, you should have taken that. Was angered Haaland. Diaz goes to him, speaks in his ear, and takes him away. You know what Diaz said to him? Fuck the manager, man. You did the right thing. You did the right thing. That's a leader. That buys you credibility with your teammates. Your manager may not be happy, but with your teammates, they're like, nah, this guy's one of the boys. He's been initiated into the big boy room. So now we can talk next season. Yeah. Because he's paid his dues. It's not about my record. It's about my captain and making sure a captain. Because I guarantee you, these boys all knew that Gundogan was going to leave, and Gundogan has never had a hat trick in his career. Haaland knew that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I just think Cancelo will come. I just think that nobody will pay the fee. I don't think we'll loan him out because we won't want to make a loss. So I just think we're in a situation now where we're going to have to freeze. Where if we don't want to play him, he's going to be frozen out, which means that he's going to be benched, maybe even reserved. But I think I don't think he'll get to that. I think he'll travel with the preseason squad.
I want to see. That's that part. When's the preseason back on?
I mean, first game is 22nd of July, so we're looking at what?
Next Saturday.
So
it's in Asia.
You will know whether he's traveling with the Pep.
Yeah, that will tell us.
We'll know by this weekend.
We'll know, bro. If you see Cancelo smiling pics in the training ground, maybe.
I'm telling you now, everyone's waiting to see whether Cancelo comes back. Yeah, completely. If we see him that he's traveled with it, because they're back on the 17th training,
Yeah.
So
this is 2 days time, in the weekend.
Yeah,
I just don't know where we'll fit him.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if he comes back and he changes his ways, I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem with that, right?
Yeah.
But if it's going to be a problem for the squad again and not get game time and complain and bitch and moan, then we don't need him, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So next is, I think Bernardo is the question here. Bernardo Silva staying, guys. Yeah, I think he's staying. There's no way we're losing Bernardo and Gando, and we're not losing. No way. I think my gut feeling is staying. And I think G Certified said it. And Gando, what do you think?
The thing about Bernardo is there's a couple of things wrong, right? Number one is if you look at Declan Rice at 100 million, right? What's Bernardo going to be worth? 80, 90, 100?
No, yeah.
Who's going to pay that money with the time that's left? And City have to plan for a replacement. I don't see it happening. I think what City should do is give him an offer he can't refuse. What do I mean? Right now, Bernardo's salary is about 120, 130K a week.
Yeah, man,
okay? Grealish is on 300. Are you telling me that's a fair deal?
No, it's not fair. I'll be pissed.
If my wife is saying, if my if my company wants to pay me twice or three times as much money, right? And my wife's saying no, don't take it. You know, I'm telling my wife, hey, listen, honey, you know, shit, what do you need? A diamond ring? Here, right? But
exactly.
make him an offer he cannot refuse. Make the offer he can't refuse. Pay him. He's worth it.
Yeah.
So, but back again to him. There's a time to this, right? We can't wait till the Arsenal game and then offers coming for Bernardo.
No chance.
Yeah,
we're not doing last minute deals. No way.
No.
We're not. He's not going.
Bernardo
it's just not gonna happen. No chance. There's no way we're losing Bernardo Silva in the same season as Gundogan when we cannot find any midfielders. There's no one available to replace.
100%.
People are talking about Gabriel Vega. Gabriel Vega is not a replacement for Bernardo.
No, Gabriel Vega can't smell Bernardo. Nowhere near. Nowhere near.
I don't think there's anybody really in world football that can replace this Bernardo.
Well, I mean, certainly, let's ask this question: where's Bernardo going to go? Okay, is he going to go to Saudi? No, he's going to go to Saudi.
The only place I can see him going, bro, is PSG. That's the only place.
To do what at PSG?
Bro, I don't know, but he used to play for Monaco, so he's got that French football. He's already been there.
He's already won a title with Monaco. What's there to do again?
He's always wanted to leave, but
the only place he wants to go to that would be is Barcelona, right? But the question now becomes: does Barcelona have 90 million to pay for Bernardo Silva? Or Hamza, maybe we get Frankie de Jong and they get Bernardo, we can do a deal.
Yeah.
Even now, I'd not take that deal.
Even Barella,
right?
no.
Because even right now, Barcelona can't register Gundogan.
No, they can't.
So how are they going to get 90 million to pay for Bernardo Silva? And then City now have to replace Bernardo Silva with an equivalent asset. Who's that they can replace it? There's nobody.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This is the way I see it, Gundo, yeah? Bernardo Silva, he wants to go. I think he wants to go, but I think that but he's always saying that, oh yeah, no, if I stay, I stay. If I go, I go. Like Bernardo Silva, like
the problem is that right now the market is not in Bernardo's hands or his agent's hands. It's not. The market right now, it's a seller's market. Because you know why? Because City have a 2-year contract on Bernardo. So City can say, if PSG bring 80 million pounds and City are not happy, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Pep's pushing for him to stay. He said, no.
Oh, 100%.
Don't sell him. Why am I?
100%.
But even if he wants to leave, he's one of those players that he will always give 110%. He doesn't sell on thing.
Yeah. So City will say, okay, we got an offer from City got an offer from PSG for 60 million. Sorry, that's not our valuation. Our valuation is 100 million. You bring 100 million, then we can start talking. If PSG will bring 100 million, Bernardo does not go. But in 1 year's time, right, when Bernardo has a year left on the contract, the equation switches. Now the power lies with the player and the agents and not with the club anymore. Now the club has to figure out the solution and the valuation comes down because he has 1 year left on the contract. Are you following me? But the moment Bernardo signed a contract 2 years ago, new contract, the power goes to the club.
The club, look at Harry Kane. Forget this. It's up to the player. The player will still have to play for the club. To me, Bernardo Silva, he is how old? He's 28.
28.
He's going to be 29. He's going to be 29. So I don't mind losing him at 31. Free. Yeah, lose him on 31.
I think that's what we're aiming for. I think we're going to just run out his contract like we did to
sign the contract or leave on a free. I don't mind.
I said my own strategy, Hamza, is Seke Bernardo. I know in your heart of hearts, you want to go back to Benfica. I know you do. I know you love Benfica. That's where you're from. You played there as a kid. I get it. Okay, fine. Here's what I'm going to give to you, Bernardo, okay? Do 10 years at City. At the end of 10 years, you can go to Benfica on a free transfer. Only Benfica, though. Right? Let's write in the contract. Benfica can get you on a free. They can pay you the wages. You can get signing bonus. They don't have to pay 50, 60 million.
And you've won everything as a footballer.
It's done. All he now has to do is win Super Cup and Club World Cup. He's completed football.
He's completed football.
Man, you know? That's the reality. That's the reality. If we can keep Bernardo, and I think the midfield. I've always said that the midfield coming into this season. I think even if we don't get a midfielder, as much as I'll be a little bit like, maybe
certified. Let me tell you, we keep Bernardo and you add Kovacic to that midfield. Oh my God,
100%.
Oh my God, because now let's not forget, certified. Stones is now a midfielder.
Yeah, that's true.
So you have an extra midfielder. So imagine Gvardiol comes in, Laporte stays, Stones becomes a midfielder next to Rodri.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you have place for Laporte to play. You still have Akanji. You still have Walker.
Right? That's what I said. That's what I said. Yeah, you don't need to send a midfielder. You can put Stones there. You can train to play Vardio there. You can say, Vardio, become a destroyer. That's your job. Yeah? Anyone try that would be a back line that no one's gonna penetrate. Imagine a back line of Ruben Diaz, Ake, Vardio, or Ruben Diaz, Laporte, Vardio, or Ruben Diaz, Akanji, Vardio. In front of them, you put Stones there and Rodri. You say, Rodri, enjoy it. Yeah? He's gonna do these guys are gonna do it dirty here. No one's gonna pass us. Yeah, we're gonna keep it here clean. You now enjoy the football, spray the ball around. Kevin De Bruyne, stay up front. Kovacic, stay there, enjoy it.
Exactly.
You work hard for Chelsea. You sweat it like a dog every day. Yeah. No one was doing that dog work at Chelsea.
I mean, Hamza, let me explain the idea about this 3-2-2-3 system, right? And this goes back to the days of Cruyff.
Yeah.
Right? Total football, what they call 5 and 5. 5 and 5. 3-2-2-3. 2 10s, 2 6s, right? Yeah. Sometimes it's a diamond, sometimes it's a box. Depends on what the opposition is, right? Yeah. Sometimes if people are parking the bus, it becomes a 2-3-5. Right? But the idea is to have players who are flexible enough to play multiple positions and move around and keep control. Defensively strong, but good on the ball to break the lines.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And then you have Haaland, who's a killer in the box, and De Bruyne with those passes. Now we have Kovacic, who has the ability to keep the ball and has the energy and the legs to run back and cover. Absolutely. What he needs to do is get more goals, like Gunnar used to get.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. And then you have this problem of where do we now play Alvarez? Everyone forgets about Alvarez. World Cup winner. Won everything under the sun. There's nothing else Alvarez used to win in his whole life. He's done everything. Copa America, World Cup, Champions League, FA Cup, Premier League.
Yeah.
Maybe in this Carabao Cup, World Club Cup, and Super Cup, right? Which he will get. Okay? At 22. He's done it. Finished. Completed it. Right? I'm his agent. I'm knocking on Pep's door.
If Laporte doesn't go, we don't need to sign a midfielder. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, that's what I'm starting to think, though, that there's a reason why the club were trying to sign a midfielder. But if worse comes to worse, I think they'll just be like, nah, we'll just... But the thing is, I don't get that, though, because we literally won the treble. Like, we can spend this money. Yeah, and maybe they'll look at it as
the right players. You want to buy the right players. It's true. We can sign. There's players out there, but players like, we could have signed players like Brozovic.
Probably. Yeah. Maybe Brozovic is a bit old, though. I can understand.
The question you have to ask yourself, Hamza, in my opinion, is when you buy a player, does that player significantly improve your squad, right? Or are they better than what you currently have? Barella. Is Barella better than Rodri? No. Has Barella been better than Stones in the midfield? Arguably, probably not. Okay, so then why do we need to buy Barella when we have Stones who can play there? We have Rodri, and we have this guy called Phillips who has been poor, but maybe he needs more time. Don't know.
This is the season.
Okay, you want to buy a midfielder, right? An attacking midfielder. You have Phil Foden on the bench. You can't get a game. Why isn't Phil Foden right? So what's Foden going to? He's going to sit on the bench for this new guy to come in. Right? Now, the only place I think we need cover is, I think, one of the wings, someone who's dynamic and who's fast. Right? But the question is that with the way Pep wants to play? Because Pep plays Grealish in a certain way to keep the ball, win the ball, keep the ball, give the ball, create space. I talked about the fact that when Grealish has the ball, what Grealish does, he pulls two players towards him, which means that creates space for somebody else to drop in.
For everyone else, he drags a couple of players out.
Right. Position. Do you remember the first game against West Ham last season, the first game of the season?
Yeah.
Do you remember that second goal? What happens in that game? What happens in that game is why Grealish, after a while, I thought about it, is important. Grealish gets the ball on the left-hand side, right? Remember this, right? He gets the ball on the left-hand side. He takes the ball all the way back to where? His defensive third, next to Ake, or whoever's playing left back, right? Right? He drags 2 or 3 players with him, right? And then he transitions the ball from his defensive third to who? De Bruyne, right? Right? And then De Bruyne gives one of those passes in between the fullbacks because there is space, because Grealish has dragged 2 players with him, and Haaland's free on goal, one-on-one. Go.
Yeah.
right?
Now,
So he's not scoring the goal, but he's
Yeah.
keeping the ball so much that he can drag players away from the
From
danger zone
position,
and lay
dangerous.
that pass
He
off.
drugs them out from dangerous, very good position. He takes them out of the position. That's what I've
Exactly.
seen, and
Exactly.
that's talented players. They get the ball, they can pull. He gets one or two players have to man mark him, because if you put one player against Grealish, he'll pass him. He
I remember,
cuts it. You know what he does? He's dangerous. So Pep has found a very good position for him. Let's say, for example, if he played central, Gandro. If he tried to run, one player can just take him out. But a player on the wing can say, okay, you winger, you as a left back, try and take me on, get the ball off me. I'm going to cut in. When he
Yep.
cuts in, the midfielder has to come in now.
Yep.
Then he's pulled two players out of position.
Think about
Another guy to be free. That allows the other guy to come forward to get that ball. There's
Hamza,
another
think
guy.
about the Champions League final, right? In the Champions League final, there was an opportunity that Phil Foden had. He almost scored a goal. Remember that run he made, right?
Yeah.
Where did the ball start from? The ball started on the left side. There was an overload.
Yeah.
Because Grealish was playing high and wide, and somebody else ran in the spot. There was a ball below. The ball comes to Foden. Foden has all the space, turns and spins, goes on goal. They're chasing him. Almost scored a goal. Right?
No.
So it's listen. One thing we have to be aware of as fans of this club is that we're so enamored with what rivals say. Pep is on a different level to these clowns. He's on a different level, my guy. If Pep was at Arsenal win the Premier League and the Champions League. If Pep was at United win the Premier League and the Champions League. I'm telling you.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like Grealish, I remember Hamza said an example. He said that Grealish is like Figo, yeah. And I remember at first, like, people were laughing and they laugh. You think it's a joke, and then you just actually think about it for a long time, and you're like, I'm not saying that. By the way, for the people in the chat, I'm not saying that he's Figo. I'm not saying that he's anywhere near to Luis Figo. But all I'm saying is that the play style, the way, probably that's the guy that he's looked at to try and the way he wants to play his game. And you can see it. Grealish, he went up a level, even when in the first season, where I remember people were crashing on this guy. I still stuck with Grealish. I was like, nah, Grealish, I see something there. I know that maybe he wasn't creating as much as people were liking, but he was still creating chances. He was still doing his thing, but he wasn't that clinical. This season, he took it to another level, created more, especially in the Champions League. I think he's created the most in a Champions League campaign for an English player. And you're talking about the likes of Lampard's, Gerrard's, Goals, all these guys, Beckham's. And so that, Grealish, he's went up another level, man. And I think that has been due down to what we have been saying, which is Grealish with a striker, and I'll say it again, with a striker is a different player. That's another reason why I'm always back the statement, even though obviously I know we're trying to forget about him, yeah, and I know that obviously we want to trouble without him, but this is why I always say that if Sterling stayed with a striker, I promise you, he would have absolutely cooked with heart.
He would have killed it.
He would have killed it, man.
See, I was gonna ask another thing. Let's move on to McAtee today. We heard about James McAtee. What a top talent we've got, James McAtee. What do you think is gonna happen in this season? He's gonna stay?
The Salford Silver. I don't know, bro. I don't know if McAtee. I think that he's gonna. I think he's gonna stay. Maybe just because I think. Are we trying to sell him for 30 million, or are we not trying to sell him?
No, I don't think we're trying. We've rejected the deals. People have moved up to 30 million to try and sign him.
Because that's what I thought.
We've rejected that, and he's a top talent player. You can see, one thing about him on the ball. He glides off the ball. He glides with the ball. You can see when he gets the ball, it's easy. You can see the touch he has. He reminds me of Foden, a younger version of Foden. The way, watch him on the ball. He's small, he's short, he's comfortable on the ball. Yeah. And he's done well to play well at the championship at such a young age. When you're that small and play beautiful football, and he gets in the box, his football IQ for his age. He's very smart. He scores a lot of goals. Look at the way he sets up play. Yeah, he's brilliant. Watch his play. He reminds me a lot about Foden, and he can play in the middle. So I think if Pep keeps him, yeah, this pre-season, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to seeing, because I think, fair enough, I think Palmer might go to Brighton. Yeah, he needs to develop a bit better. If McAtee stays, I think he's gonna play. I think he's gonna be off the bench on us. Yeah.
McAtee, man. McAtee, I think with McAtee, yeah, I think the only thing is that he needs to play more games in the Premier League. I think that's the experience level that now I seen him in the Championship. He's better than a Championship level player. If you watch the Championship last season for when he was playing for Sheffield, he was their best player. He was a big reason why they got promoted. I'm surprised they haven't tried to sign him back. I'm surprised, but if the fee's 30 million, then maybe they just can't afford him. I just think with McAtee, the next step for him is to try and get him in. But again, just like Phil Foden, we've been trying to put him in the midfield. But even Phil Foden has now had to go onto the wing, because obviously when Phil Foden was coming into the team, we had Silva, we had even Toure was on his way out, we had Bernardo Silva, we had KDB, we've had Rodriguez. So the thing is with Phil Foden, he hasn't been able to play that midfield position. That's why I think that I don't know where McAtee's going to fit, because if McAtee starts to play in the midfield, does that mean Phil Foden is now going to be a winger and not get that number 10 shirt, which is what he was, which is what he won the Under-17 World Cup as a centre attacking mid. So that's the only thing, because Phil Foden in the midfield, I think we saw a little bit in the Champions League final. He's very, very good. He just needs to play more games.
Yeah, I think, you know what, you're right. Like, we'll see too about James McAtee. Good news today that one of our this guy, I've heard about him for I think 6 months.
Yeah, sorry, Hamza, I'm back. I'm back. Yeah,
McAtee. We'll talk about McAtee. What do you think about McAtee?
Bring him back. And here's why I'm saying bring it back, Hamza, because when a kid like that goes out, he's on loan, right? He's with the club. He goes out on loan to Sheffield United. He balls at Sheffield United in the Championship. So much so that they get promoted. So much so that in the FA Cup semi-final, they were begging the FA to allow him to play against us. That's how good he was, right? You have to give that kid a chance. Now, I'll be honest with you, right? I think he's better than Palmer.
Yeah, he's better. I think.
Yeah. So if Palmer can get a chance, why can't McAtee get a chance?
Yeah.
Play him. Play him. Has to play. Yeah. Give him a chance. Unless the boy says, I don't want to be on the bench, I want to go out and play every single game. That's a whole different conversation. Then we have to talk about loaning him back to United with buyback clause and all that kind of stuff, right? But if he wants to play and fight for a spot, take him out to Japan, Asia. Let him play. Let's see what he can do.
Completely.
I mean, these are the kids, Hamza, who won 3 Premier League junior titles in a row, back to back to back, at all levels. What are they going to do again? He's gone to Sheffield United in the Championship. They got promoted. He did well. They got to the FA Cup semi-final. He's got to get a chance.
Yeah.
He has to get a chance.
I think you have to give him a chance. Yeah. You have to give him. He did well for the Championship. He was the Player of the Year. And you know, when they start playing well at that level, then you know. Yeah. And a youngster, he's highly rated. I think he's only 19.
Yeah.
19.
Yeah, very young.
The fact that we've rejected 30 million.
He's not going anywhere. He's coming back.
There you are.
He's coming back. If the club rejects 30 million for a 19-year-old from the academy, 30 million. How much was that kid? 40 something?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere. He's staying.
He's not.
And this is why us fans, as City fans, we cannot panic. These guys, Cheeky, Pep, Ferran, know exactly what they are doing. They won the treble, Hamza.
Yeah, absolutely.
They won the treble. They know what they're doing. They've won 5 out of 6 Premier League titles. They know what they're doing. We cannot panic. The only year we didn't win the title was that year in 1819 when Liverpool, 1920, when Liverpool were on fire.
Yeah. But we had the
injuries.
Where we had company, we didn't replace him, and we had injury from.
Correct. We had injury to, I believe it was Laporte. Injury to, not Sané too? Injury?
Yeah, that's Sané, David Silva, Mr.
We're conceding goals, man. Garcia and Otamendi.
Oh my God.
Aguero got injured. I remember he was on fire as well. Aguero, he was breaking the Thierry Henry record, the hat trick record, and then he got injured.
I mean, people hate to talk about this, but I mean, Bayern Munich, even on a poor day, they win the league, right? City right now, 4-5. I mean, if it continues on this way, we're winning the league again next year.
Absolutely.
Inshallah.
Absolutely. And the other thing I was gonna come back to the last one is Cher Charles, man. News about Cher Charles has joined Southampton. He's one of the, he was an under 18 captain. He's a centre back, but he plays for Northern Ireland midfield.
Yeah.
And I've had some people talk to me. A guy from Northern Ireland was telling me, watch out about Cher Charles. He plays for our senior team. That's when I knew about him.
I mean, Hamza, think about this one, right? Imagine you have a son, okay? Inshallah, you have a son one day. But I don't know if you're married or not, right?
Yeah.
And your son plays football. Your son has a choice to go to the United Academy or come to the City Academy. Your son knows that if he doesn't make the first team at City, he's going to go play football at another club that's rated. Income guarantee if he plays.
Yep.
What we're seeing in the past couple of years is when a kid goes to the academy, if they do well, they get picked up by the likes of Sheffield United, by the likes of Burnley, by Southampton.
They're guaranteed. Absolutely.
Guaranteed. It's a perfect
when you're
factory.
playing for Manchester City youth team now, the channel is you are guaranteed to have a better future.
So how
many players have you had from United Youth Academy or Liverpool Youth Academy signed by a team?
I mean, certified. So certified that that the City Academy is a factory. It's a factory. It's a factory for the top talent to go to the first team, and it's a factory to create revenue for the club. You come in, you get your education for free, you get everything for free. We sell you, make some money. You go play football, you make money. Happy life. You may not play Premier League, but you play Championship. You may not play in the top team. You can play for Burnley or Southampton.
I think currently in the country that we've got the best academy. We've got at least one of the best academies. When I've been speaking,
the country of the best by far.
When I've been speaking to friends that have siblings that are, or people they know people that are in academies, or even family, some of my families, myself.
Yeah.
When you ask them where do you want to play, most of the kids are going to say Manchester City or Chelsea, just because these guys will get more opportunities. With Manchester City with us, we buy these players and we can then either sell them to Premier League clubs, as you guys see with Shea Charles, who even though he's went to a Championship club now, Southampton, they were literally just in the Premier League, and maybe they might not break into the first team, but that's a big opportunity to. If they're good enough, look at the who else is there? Look at Tommy Doyle. We've got Tommy Doyle at the minute. I think he's going to go back on loan, but he's another player that might not be able to break through and then go. Delap, we've had to sell, and Betty. All these young guys. Trafford, I don't even know. He
James Trafford, Hailey Bellis, Tommy Doyle. They're all fantastic. You hear Carlos Borges linked with Dortmund. Yeah. And it doesn't get better. You hear the man Mabude next year and the likes of what's the name? Other players, Joel Ndala, he's a top player. Ndala's a top player. EDS is a young guy.
Obviously, we're going to keep him, but Rico Lewis as well. Phil Foden, we're going to keep. But these are other talents. For me, the academies right now were all-time best. And as Gundalorian said, profit. That's a big part of having an academy. Every academy wants to make profit. Even I was listening to Hassan before, and Liverpool fans, they were saying, they want to have a good academy. Yeah, they don't want to have Melwood, Brexit Football Academy. They don't want just Curtis Jones. They want a better academy because they want to make profit from it. Yeah, they want to make profit like we're going to do with Lavia, with all these guys. And it's a great thing. You not only get profit, you got potentially talent that could break into your team.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've got players that genuinely could bring more attention to the club. Yeah, look at Phil Foden, what he's been able to do. Come in and now he's one of the big names in football. So it's big. It's such a big.
I mean, I'll tell you what. My eye is on Oscar Bob this preseason. That kid is a baller. That kid can play. Have you seen him play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that boy's good. The boy is good. Good feet, dribbling, speed, control, directness. The boy's good. I hope he goes with us for the preseason. I want to watch him play.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
We're blessed, Hamza and Gundo, Lauren, with our team, even the management stuff. As I said the other day, man, we're going to lose Rodolfo, a big coaching staff. We lost Lilo as well, Teta, other players. We've got now Chabi, the goalkeeper coach. He's still there. So, so I guess we've still got coaches from the 2017 or 2016, but big coaches are leaving to now go to manage teams. Never mind the academy, the coaches, or technical directors. People. He was that Shields guy. Yeah, head of our academy. Bro, he left.
Let me talk about this certified player. So every Tuesday and Thursday, right? Like tomorrow now, right? I'm going to the local city academy here. I'm one of the coaches that's here, right? Yeah. And they give us, so there's a program called the YDC, the Youth Development Program, right? It's for the elite players from U8 to U12.
Yeah.
We have a 12-week program, and every single week we have the instructions of exactly what we're supposed to teach these kids based on what they teach them in Manchester. So I'm following the exact philosophy, the exact approach, the exact framework, the exact system, everything that the kid in Manchester is deploying in their own academy here in the US with my kids.
Yeah.
So we talk about 3-box-3, playing through the lines, keep on the ball, possessing the ball, rebuilding the play, all those things, the rondos, all those things are what we're teaching kids here that they're also teaching in Manchester. Our team won 20 games out of 20 last season, scored 91 goals, conceded 8. 8.
Mad. That's crazy. 91 goals, conceded 8 in 20 games. That's elite stuff. 20 and 20 as well. That's mad.
So it's not about. So what Pep and Ferran and Chiki have done is put in an institution of excellence across the CFG, not just across the whole world. Right? This is our philosophy. I remember when they were coaching us. One guy from Manchester came coaching us. He told all the kids, tuck your shirt in.
Yeah.
He told the kids, the way you behave and you respect your opponent is more important than your skill.
Yeah.
Because that's what we look for. How you behave. No sad faces.
Key thing. Discipline is key. Because it's what makes you as a good person. It makes you someone you can listen to. You want to get on in life. You have to be able to listen and want to get far in life. And there's no better opportunity than to play for a great team. Yeah. Great team. Yeah, great coaches, the best coaches in the world are Man City. Everyone drews about Man City. Every football club talks about Man City this, Man City that. Yeah, although they will insult you, they'll say Man City. Look at Man City youth. Look at Man City players. Look at Man City. Look what Pep. They don't say look at Man United. Look at Liverpool. No, it's all about backs to relate to Man City, not Barcelona, not Real Madrid. Yeah, every football club in the world. The way that even someone said there, the talent ID of picking players and transforming. Look at Rico Lewis. No one knew him last year this time. This year, everyone knows about him. You see, the respect that City have had in the last couple of years. Pep has worked hard. It's through sweat and tears to form that structure. He just doesn't grow on trees. And
I mean, Pep is a madman, right? I mean, the guy. Think about the Tottenham game certified, right? Yeah. Where he benches De Bruyne, Diaz. Who else did he bench again? Some big boys. Big boys.
He benched Diaz, he benched Laporte, I remember. And he played Ake and Akanji. And I read it. And I remember before the United game, Old Trafford people say, oh my God. And I remember reading an article saying that Pep trusts Akanji and Ake as his favorite players.
Well, I mean, but what I'm trying to focus on is he benches those boys and he brings on Rico Lewis in that game. And we win that game 4-2 because we win because of heart. And Rico Lewis showed Pep the way we need to build upon. And then Stones has the physicality to play that system better than Rico. And that opens up the door.
Yeah.
Rico was the key to the system that we're playing that we now use to win the Champions League.
That's it.
Rico showed us the way.
Yeah.
From the academy. You know why, Hamza? You know why? Because in the academy, years ago, 17-18, 18-19 season, Guess what system they were playing in the academy? 3-box-3.
Yeah.
So Rico grew up playing that system. So when it was time to experiment, Rico was the easy person to put into that system. Not Kyle, because Kyle didn't know that system. Rico did.
Absolutely. I'll give you an example, Gunrun. Do you remember that player that Man United took off us? The youngster, the striker, that was breaking goal records at City. But what is his Irish name, guys? Remind me. Remember
I don't remember. I don't know.
Irish boy. He went from Man City, yeah, broke records. Yeah, let me find him. And he went to Man United, youth player. His name was, he was supposed to reach new heights. His boy, yeah, he broke every record at City. He went to United. I've not heard about this boy again.
Yeah, man, that's what I've been. Even they're trying to get down.
That's it. This one. This is his name, McNeil.
Yeah.
Charlie McNeil.
Do you remember? Yeah.
Remember Charlie McNeil?
Yeah, man. Oh,
this is the boy that scored a hat trick against us. Remember, we beat him still 4-3.
It's not just academy players.
To Man United. I don't know what happened to him.
Bro, it's not just academy players. It's even first team players. Think about the amount of players that have left. Have they genuinely gotten better? Has Jesus, even though it's only been one season, has Jesus genuinely gotten better? Has Sane got better? Sane's, even though Sane, listen, he's still a great player. He's never reached the 17, 18, 19 levels that he was reaching. He was electrifying. Yeah, he was scaring wingers. Yeah, even who else have we had? Raheem Sterling. Look at Sterling this season. Zinchenko. Yeah, so that's why I say if Laporte goes, Bernardo goes, some of them might even struggle. The only guy that really that could leave and that could leave right now, maybe obviously there's maybe Ilkay will ball out there. You know what I'm saying? David Silva's done well for Real Sociedad. He's got them back to Champions League football this season. But you know what I'm saying, bro? It's rare that people go and maintain anywhere near the level that they've maintained. That's it. You know, whether that's because they're playing with De Bruyne, Haaland, Silva, with better
today's that's why we heard that Calvin Phillips was crying to Bielsa after a game.
Yeah.
We heard that Jesus was crying to his mother
after the game.
Yeah, because he was playing terrible. So check on Twitter. Phillips crying to Bielsa. Bielsa had to calm him down and say, "Look, you're good enough. Just keep playing, keep growing. You'll learn."
Wow.
Jesus crying to his mother because
the
levels are that's a level.
Exactly. Huh?
That's the level, man. It's
That's the level, Man City.
I seen it actually. He was crying, and the thing is, I feel bad for Phillips, man. I feel bad for Phillips. That's why I was saying to you guys that if we did get Declan Rice, I thought he was going to help Phillips just because that double pivot maybe. But all I'll say with
but certified. But what Phillips did certified, right? Phillips is very smart. If you notice what Phillips did in the last few games that he played 15, 20 minutes, what was Phillips always doing? Hamza certified. What was he always doing?
Yeah.
He was always smiling. Always smiling.
Always smiling.
He didn't show sad faces. He didn't like grumpy. He didn't like. He was always smiling. Always sad. I guarantee you, the manager will figure out a way to give him another chance just because of his attitude.
Yeah. No, I think Phillips. I think all of us here can agree that Phillips, at least from the outside, his attitude, you can see that he looks like a humble guy. I think even before we signed him, I've never seen really too much in the media of Calvin Phillips being a bad guy. Let's say he's always seemed like somebody that's hardworking. Let's put it that way. For me now, I just hope that he doesn't come back this overweight thing, because I know Pep, he did this to Aguero as well. He's really strict on weight, very strict. And it doesn't mean that fat people on Twitter think that, a man just calling him overweight, that means he's fat. No, he's not saying that he's fat. He's saying that he's not the ideal, maybe 78 or 80 kg. Maybe that's the way that he wants his players to be able to run around the pitch. Yeah. That's why we'd never sign a player like Lukaku. Lukaku isn't a fat guy. There's people make jokes out of this guy. People make fun out of him, say, "Oh yeah, Lukaku this, da 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 da." You know, but apart from maybe Haaland because of his height, maybe he's a bit more extra. But the reason why he wants his players a certain size is so that they're able to run around the pitch the full 90 minutes. He doesn't want passengers. That's the thing. That's why most of his players are technically gifted, because he doesn't like players that are just getting carried. Which player gets carried in our team? That's
nobody gets carried, man. I mean, the reason why Phillips is struggling because he's not quite there yet, and then it's obvious. It's obvious. I mean, think about it. In a 90-minute game, guys. If you make two,
did he say this? He started crying.
Yeah.
I remember this game. I tell you why I remember this game. Yeah, I said it in a story. Do you remember? I kept saying every single time. Yeah, I said I will never forget. We were 3-1 up against Leicester. We were 3-0 up or something against Leicester.
Yeah.
These guys came back. We brought him for 75 minutes. Yeah, he had only 15 minutes. You know when he come in here, we won that game. All I see 3-1, 3-2. They created chances after chances. I was praying for the game to end. We did 5 something with Calvin Phillips. I then clocked. I said, Calvin Phillips, what's wrong with you? I clocked it. I said, okay, I'm going to watch Pep. I told everyone the story. Next game, I start seeing Pep not bringing a 75th minute. He brings him at 85th minute. With 4 minutes, he doesn't trust him. And this is why it's important this season for him. He has to prove that interview that he's learned. I believe he can change. There's something in my heart.
Yes.
I believe he can change. This season is his season.
Yo, another thing that we actually got to talk about as well. Guys, did you see about Mahrez? Apparently, the 40 million, he might be going to Saudi.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you guys think about that, man? Like,
is it 40 million now?
Yeah, 40 million, bro. That's it. 40 million.
I mean, here's how I look at it, right? I mean, I'll be honest with you. Take the money and let him go.
Would you?
Because
who do you replace him with?
Alvarez.
But we need a winger. We have to spend that money, man.
I mean, you can spend the money. Yeah, get another winger, right?
Yeah, cool.
But jeez. Let's see. Let me think. Let me think.
And we've got to be realistic as well, man. We've got to try to be realistic with this.
Florian Wirtz.
I don't know, bro. How much would he cost, that Wirtz guy?
Let me give you a name. Okay. What is the situation with Kingsley Coman's contract?
Who?
Kingsley Coman at Bayern Munich.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know.
How long does he have left on his contract?
I'll need to check that. I think 2 years.
2 years.
If he has 2 years left, right? He's going to sign a new contract. Can we buy him? If Bayern want Kane and need money,
there is a player.
Right?
There is a player I was going to say good though, but I think he just re-signed. I was going to say Ousmane Dembele, but I think he's staying. He would have been.
I think Kingsley Coman would be the perfect replacement for Riyad Mahrez on that right side. He knows Pep. Pep played him. He understands Pep's system. He's quick. He's tricky. He gets goals. He would be perfect. The question is, how much does he have left on his contract?
I think let me check. I think Kingsley Coman, he's got a few years left. And
is he old though?
He's young. He's 25 or something.
I think we need to try and go. I know we won't go for.
He's got expiring. Basically, he scored the winning game to 2020. Has renewed his contract expiring in 2023 until he signed to 2027.
Too much time. Too expensive. Too expensive. So he's off the table. Too expensive. 2027. That's too expensive.
Honestly, guy,
Mahrez, you will take the money.
I don't know.
If we can't get a replacement, keep Mahrez. Keep him.
I agree with them, though, man, because there isn't no way. Are we going to spend money on layout? No. Are we going to be
what's left on Mara's contract? How much is left of his contract?
I think 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, keep him. Keep Riyadh.
Yeah.
Keep Riyadh.
Because he was going
basically still to lose those many players, that's a problem.
Yeah, keep Riyadh. Keep Riyadh.
I still think, though, either way, whether Morris stays or doesn't, we need a winger.
Oh, and Ciso, yeah, we were scouting and Ciso.
Brighton, man, forget Brighton. They're not going to sell it, Ciso. Okay, unless he has a release clause. Does he have a release clause?
Yeah, he does.
No. I don't think he has a release.
He's only 19, you know.
They won't sell. They won't sell. They're not going to sell.
But if we go back to these Incentios guys or whatever, we need to go for better, man. The thing is, I know, so we won't go for Leao. Leao's just signed a contract. We won't go for who's that other guy at Napoli, yeah? You guys know this.
Certified. Is there anybody certified at Juventus who's a winger that we can get?
Bro, I was thinking Chiesa, bro. Chiesa would. I think Chiesa.
Chiesa's good, but is he? Yeah, he's good. You can help
because Juve need money.
Yeah, Chiesa, bro. That Italian, bro. The guy in the Euros.
But there's something. I keep speaking to Juventus fan. They tell me. I said, "What's happened to Chiesa?" They say they don't know. Something happened to him. You know, he's never. Huh? 40 million is nothing. I'd keep him. I'll say no.
They're saying 60 million for Chiesa, probably. They'll probably ask for 60. That's the only problem. Chiesa, would you spend 60 million on Chiesa?
Chiesa, no. The thing is, I have to do my homework. This guy hasn't banged this season. I don't know. He hasn't recovered well for season. I won't risk it. I want players who know. I'll go for. Let me tell you another player. Who's that guy at Lyon?
Oh, I know you're talking about the Lyon winger.
Yeah. MC Fierce Protocol. Welcome, bro. The winger from Lyon, Borrella or something like that. Bancona, something like that.
Hey, someone's saying Kirky or something.
Something like that. His name is, I don't know. There's a Leon. I put it on Twitter. I said, "Who's this lad?" And everyone replied to me, "Oh, Bancona." Check, he's good. There's another guy. He's been assisting. He cuts inside a lot. He's well known, Lyon FC. Let me find out. His name is. He's one of their players. He's a youngster. He's been playing for them, but he's assisted a lot. He cuts.
Someone said, Hamza, what's your thoughts on Gabri Vega?
Vega, yeah. His name is Bradley Bacola. That's his name.
Cool.
Bradley Bacola. Yeah, this boy. Yeah, Bradley Bacola. He's a versatile forward, able to play on both sides of the front three, center forward, fast, precise in front of goal. He takes inspiration from players like Obama, but he's from Togo. That's why.
I just think the winners market right now is that it's either so expensive, the wingers are so expensive, or the wingers are just so limited. Yeah, or so young. For me now, I don't know the whole. We need a winger, but I just don't know where we go. Do we go with the more cheaper options, a younger option? Do we go for?
You have to go for players like Florian Wirtz, young, enthusiastic, young players who can do well.
I just think that I thought this season we'd go for a big signing on the wings. You know, I wasn't saying that. Maybe I knew we wouldn't gonna get Leao, yeah, because I know Leao. That would have been. There's no way we'd pay 100 plus for Leao. And then Kvaratskhelia, I understand because Napoli they hold players like as a hostage. Yeah,
he's a good player, Gabri Vega. Yeah, he's a good player, and Pep can develop him. Pep can develop players, especially from Spain. These guys can learn so much. Ousmane Dembele has a release of 50 million euro, too good to overdo. But the problem is the wages. I think he takes high wages. That's the problem.
Maybe. But if Ousmane Dembele is 50 million euros release clause and his wages are good, I'd bring him in. I watched this guy for France. Yeah. This guy was amazing. Amazing. The way that guy played with Giroud, you're telling me that guy can't play the same with Haaland?
He can't. He's deadly.
With a better striker.
Yeah. before they
Foden,
introduced it. Yeah,
KD.
Usman Dembele will kill. Usman Dembele will kill it.
That's it. But I think that I do think that, okay, this season maybe we can get past without buying a midfielder, right? But I think we do need to start thinking about a midfielder because KDB is getting older. And that's my biggest fear. My biggest fear is after KDB, because that many legends have left, yeah, and we've been able to keep it ticking. Company, we struggled, okay, granted. But everybody else, we've kind of been able to just keep going. David Silva, okay, I felt that some games we missed David Silva. There were certain games where I'm like, wow, if David Silva was there, wow, we would have finished this game with a lot more goals, or we would have controlled the game a lot better. But I just think that KDB, that's the guy that we're gonna feel it, bro, when he goes. We're gonna feel
I don't know. I don't agree with you so much. And I'll tell you why I don't agree with you so much. Right? Let's go back to the Champions League final game. The biggest game of our after 93-20, the biggest game of our whole history, right? 33 minutes in, who goes down? De Bruyne goes down with a grade 3 hamstring tear, right? He tries to carry on, he can't, right? What's the scoreline? 0-0, right? And we weren't playing really well. Let's be frank, we weren't playing really well. We were at best maybe 50-50 with Inter Milan. Who does Guardiola call in to take his spot? Right? Pep is shouting on the sideline. He brings in Phil Foden. Phil comes in. We control the game better, and then we score a goal, and then Phil almost scores a goal. Phil plays more minutes than De Bruyne played in that final. Facts.
Yeah.
Right? From minute 34 to minute 90, it's Phil Foden playing in that role. Right? So I think we already have Kevin's replacement. It may not play the same way like Kevin, passing long balls and all those sexy, balls, but he has his own way of playing with the ball, which Kevin doesn't have. Right? Phil can dribble past 4 players and lay the final ball. Kevin cannot really do that as much. Kevin's more about the verticality in his play. I think we change our team to adapt to the players that we have. That's what I think. Now, the question now becomes, do we have a replacement or somebody who can take pressure off Phil when Phil needs to be rested, when De Bruyne goes?
That's it. But
that's the way to think about, in my opinion, how Guardiola thinks. Guardiola does not think about the player. He thinks about the adaptation based on the players that we have to achieve the objective. That's kind of how he thinks.
Now, I agree that with the Phil Foden, we could bring him in as the midfielder. That's where I do think Phil Foden will gradually, he will get into that midfield. But I just think that we're talking about Gundo. We're talking about a guy with the highest assist ratio in the 21st century. I'm talking.
There's nobody in world football like him, though. There's nobody.
That's true. That's what I'm saying.
How do you replace him?
To replace a guy that has a better assist ratio than Messi. Granted, Messi played more games, yeah, but that's the level of a player we're talking about. We're talking about a level of a player that creates for fun.
But the reality is that there's nobody like that. There isn't anyone like that.
That's true.
So what do? Do you keep searching for a player like that, or do you adapt your team to what you have and play what you have and find a different way to win?
We'd have to adapt. That's where I understand what you mean. I just think that, as you were saying, at least we need somebody, another midfielder, whether that's to help Foden as a bench player or whatever. I just feel like we need that other midfielder. Maybe after this season. This season, I feel comfortable with the midfielders that we've got. This season,
I agree. Agree.
But next season, the season after, if maybe, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but maybe Bernardo Silva, that might be with 1 year left on his contract. You never know what's going to happen there. I don't know about what Phillips is going to do. You never know what's going to happen there either. And then what do we do then? That's for me. I'm thinking about next season. I know next season we don't even know what happens. We could go and win a quadruple. We could go and win all 7 trophies available this season. We could also go trophyless this season. You know what I mean? We could also go trophyless this season. So there's a lot of possibilities. I do think that we will win a few trophies. I think I've said before, I think we'll win the Club World Cup, the Super Cup, the Community Shield, and the Premier League. I think them ones we'll win.
I'm thinking Champions League and Premier League, frankly. I mean, and the reason why I think Champions League is because realistically, right, we got no Liverpool in the Champions League, no Chelsea.
Yeah.
So our biggest threat are two teams, Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. If you get a good draw and avoid them, guess what? It's open.
Yeah.
Arsenal aren't doing shit in the Champions League. I'm sorry, they're not doing nothing in that Champions League. They're not. Maybe they get to round of 16. Maybe they get to round of 16, fine, but the quarterfinals are out. They're out.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna argue with that really. I'm not gonna argue.
And there's no Liverpool. There's no Liverpool. There's no Liverpool. Liverpool are not there.
And, bro, that's why I was celebrating when they win Europa, because I know, man. If bro, when these teams were outside of Europa, the way I was celebrating, because I know what these guys can do in the Champions League. These guys can be horrendous, diabolical in the Premier League. They can be so
the biggest threat, right, in my opinion, to us winning the UCL again, right, in order of priority, I think is Liverpool, and then Madrid, Bayern, and Chelsea.
Them two together. I think them two together. Yeah.
The funny thing about Madrid, the funny thing about Madrid is that we played Madrid in the UCL, I think 6 times.
Yeah.
Only lost 2 games, twice.
We lost to them in 2016, and we lost to them obviously in the semi-final.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Twice, 2 games out of 6. The rest, I think we won. 4, or 3 or 4.
I feel like we've won more,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we beat them in 1920 home and away. I think we beat them
under Guardiola, right? under Pep Guardiola, right? We've played Madrid, I believe, 6 times. We've lost just once.
Yeah,
just once, I believe. We played them twice this year. We played them twice last year. We played them twice in the year we beat them. And then we played them in a friendly 7 times. Lost only 1. There we go. 7. Lost only 1 time. Once.
Yeah, I think you convinced this Champions League. I think we can win the Champions League. But I think it's as we were saying before. I think it's one of those competitions that the draw, as any team wants necessarily a good draw. This season we didn't have a good draw. Let's be honest. With the quarterfinals, the semifinals, we probably looked at
that was crazy.
But we were like, okay, this isn't the best ideal draw that could have happened, but we got through it, which made the Champions League treble even better than it was. But next season, I do want us, bro. It's in Wembley. It's literally, it's Wembley. Yeah. It would be such a good to see Champions League final. Even we could. I know you'd probably come over as well. So
for sure, 100%. I mean, Guardiola has won 2 Champions League at Wembley. 2 Champions League at Wembley. 1 as a player, 1 as a manager.
See,
right? 2, right? Yeah. Barcelona's first ever UCL, right? When Pep was there with Koeman at Wembley, they won it. 1992, June. I believe it was June. Right? The best ever team to play football, 2011 Barcelona against United, 3-1, Wembley.
That was the best. I think that was the best till this day. I don't think I've seen a final as better than
that was fire. That was fire.
They humiliated them. That's the thing. Yeah. And then who else? We got that, and then I just think that with this Champions League thing, Wembley, I think that it's a big opportunity, man. Big opportunity for the players to maybe want to win it as well. There, I think honestly, we've done a lot. We've done everything. I think we only need really the Club World Cup, as we've been saying before, Super Cup to, if you want to say
Super Cup,
the Super Cup, to complete the set. So. And there's still so many things. That's why when people are saying,
is Hamza going to Athens? Hamza, are you going to Athens? Are you going to Super Cup?
I'm looking at the dates, man. I'm going to go to that Wembley first one. Then Super Cup, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, definitely. My friend can get tickets, I think, definitely.
Yeah, I'm going. I said that I'll go Super Cup.
Are you going?
I'll go Super Cup. Yeah. I said I'll go Super Cup because that will be Greece, and now I can get tickets easier there. The Club World Cup, I'm
Let's
not
go,
sure
man.
about
Let's go.
that one.
Let's go. Let's go.
Bro, the Club World Cup,
Are you
that
going to
one
Jeddah,
is
Hamza? Club World?
Yeah, Club World Cup. Yeah, I might go because my brother lives in Riyadh.
Hey. So yeah, that's a big opportunity.
Right.
So I can go. Yeah, my
Yeah, I
brother
want to go
lives
to
in
both,
Riyadh.
man.
Yeah, so I can
I want
fly
to go to
there.
both because you never know. You never know the future, man. You might as well just when you get the chance,
And the
just go.
future of football in Middle East is Saudi Arabia. So we're there. We're the first team there. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you guys think about that Saudi league, by the way, man? What do you guys think about it?
I think, my brother lives there and he says they're pumping good money there, man. They want the best, like in terms of like, they want to do to increase the revenue, you know. They want to promote Saudi Arabia. So they're going to utilize sports as a way to think. And they've got the money. When they pump money, they go crazy. They don't stop. So
I mean,
Bro.
this is
football
initial
belongs
to basically to commercialize. Now people have heard about Saudi Arabia. Now people will hear about their teams. Now you're gonna remember them. You remember Al Hilal. You remember Al Nasser. You've never heard of Al Ittihad. Now you know them.
Yeah.
Now if they play a team, if they say Al Ittihad versus Chelsea, you're gonna watch it. Al Ittihad versus Man
I mean, the
City.
reality is that
The
the reality is football is it belongs to the world. It doesn't belong to the UK or belong to Germany or France. It belongs to the world. It's the world's game.
Yeah.
So if they want to have their league and have money, God bless them. You know, let them go do it.
Absolutely.
I don't have a problem with it. I'll watch it.
I don't have a problem with the league. I don't have a problem with where it's at. My problem is with the players, some of the players. So I'll give you an example, yeah? I'm looking at one of the players. I'm looking at someone like Brozovic, who just went to a Champions League final. Yeah.
Yeah.
Many clubs would have wanted this guy. Many. You could to win another Champions League, and then you're risking because let's be honest, at this point, even though Saudi is building, it's a building stage. They aren't at the stage yet where they're probably where they want to be. They're building blocks to get to that stage, but they are still building. It's not complete. And I'm looking at players like him. I'm looking at Mitrovic, who had an amazing season last season in the Prem. He's one of the goal. Neves.
But to certify, let's take Brozovic for example, right? What are Brozovic's chances of winning the Champions League again next year? 2%, 5%. Okay, so he's not going to win the Champions League, right? Is he going to win the Serie A? Maybe. He's won it before. He's got to the final. He has a silver medal. Go get your money, brother. What are you waiting for?
That's the bit that I can understand. If it's money, because even though these guys are multimillionaires, I think there's levels when it comes to money, and I think the Saudi money, even though you might be a multimillionaire, what the Saudis are offering these players is like, this is life changing, even for them. This is like,
if we take Mitrovic for example, right? How old is Mitrovic? How old is he?
I'm gonna say 30. I'm gonna say 30. I'm gonna say it.
Okay, so 29, 30, right? He has what, 2 or 3 years left at Fulham, maybe at the high level. Who's going to buy him? Nobody's going to buy him again. Which top club is going to buy him? Go make your money. Go and make your bread. Now, if someone like Bernardo wants to go, right? Now, Bernardo's that one's like, why are you going there? Because he has so much in front of you. But if you think about it, if Bernardo's won everything, if they give him the offer, give him like 100 million, 50 million a year salary,
yep,
yeah,
I would think about it.
You
know, set up.
That's true. That's true. Like, I just think that.
I mean,
yeah, go on.
I think about Messi, right? So the Messi deal. Messi's in Miami. If you know, so he turned down £1 billion or $1 billion to go to Miami. But the reality is that the money he's going to make from what he gets in the MLS is equal to what Saudi's going to give him in cash. Messi's getting the right to have his own team. Yeah. Every single shirt that's sold in the MLS, not only Miami, all the different shirts that are sold, he gets a cut from that. For all the teams, all 28 teams or so, right? Every single subscription on the Apple subscription, that a new one that signs up from the point he signs till he's playing, he gets a cut from that, right? So he compact all the stuff in. he's making money upon money upon money that's equal to the money he made that's going to make at Saudi. It's a good deal.
100%. What do you think, Gundo?
Plus, he gets to play in Miami.
Yeah, because you're near that. What do you think, Gundo? Are you going to try and go and see him?
100%.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the good thing about it is that, at some point, Miami's going to come to my area to play my DC United, right? At some point, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get tickets to that game because Messi's going to be there. Now, I can guarantee you, right? I probably can't afford the tickets for that game, right? Now, I have a friend of mine who's someplace for DC United. Maybe he can give me like a family ticket or something.
Yeah.
But that ticket's going to cost like $2,000 or $3,000 a pop just to get a game to watch him.
$2,000-$3,000.
Oh yeah. Bro, what are you talking about?
Bro, how much do they charge you, man, for MLS tickets?
Let me give you an example, right? Hamza and Sedifa, right? There's an MLS All-Star game on the 19th of July against Arsenal, right? MLS All-Star game. If you try and get a ticket right now, right, on let's say Ticketmaster, right, one of the cheapest seats is probably $300 or $400. Cheapest seat. Easy. That's Arsenal versus MLS All-Stars. If Messi comes to town to play DC United, right, you're not getting tickets. Hell no. You're not.
Bro, I can imagine it being sold out, but $300, $400 now. But even the FA Cup final, you could get tickets. Fair enough, they're at the back, but you could get tickets for even like £100. Yeah, which
I tried to. I tried certified to look for a ticket for myself and my son to go to the MLS All-Star game yesterday, right? In section 125, which is not the VIP section, it's kind of behind. It's $575 each. I'm not going. I'm not paying $1,000 for 90 minutes watching Arsenal versus MLS All-Stars. I'm not paying it. Some people are, and it's sold out.
Bro, man, that's crazy. You know what the thing is? Yeah,
it's crazy.
To be fair, as you said, you did notice it before. Messi, I think that the Messi one, I was a little bit like Messi. When I seen Here We Go by Fabrizio Romano, it kind of made sense because, let's be honest, Barcelona are broke. Yeah, as much as I know if Barcelona had the money, he probably would have wanted to go. Just like if Bernardo Silva with Benfica. You know, there's certain players that you just know that they love their. Even though he's not born in Spain, but we know that Barcelona, that's his home, really. Yeah, he is Barcelona. He's part of Barcelona with the Peps and the Champions. Yeah. He's a massive part. He's the face.
Yeah.
But when MLS, even me, I'm telling you, if I had a choice between Saudi, which would offer me, I don't even know, $1 billion up front, or to go to America where I could even make potentially even more money from the deals. And I know America, when it comes to commercial, they're top. When it comes to branding, they're top. When it comes to business, they're top. When it comes to making money, they're one of the heads in the game. So I know that I would be looking at that as well.
I heard a podcast. Yeah. I heard a podcast yesterday. I heard a podcast yesterday. They were talking about how does the league, the MLS, the refs, how do they protect Messi as an asset? I mean, that's how crazy it's become, right? Because they don't want it to be in.
He must have just went up. Hey, but anyway, Hamza.
Yeah, man. No, I was listening. David Meskin's here. Hamza's doing the dishes again. Man, come on, man. Meskin, man. Listen, I'm eating my food, man. I'm drinking my juice, man. Here. Big up,
nah, big up Meskin, man. Yo,
big up Meskin, David. Everyone super silver.
Super silver.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Hamza, we could do ratings for last season. I don't know if we quickly maybe do a quick player ratings for last season and then close the show. Maybe I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that would be something. Yeah, player ratings. Okay, let's go.
We'll start the keepers. Yeah, Edison. What would you give him for last season?
After Champions League, won the 3P. I'm not giving anyone less than like 7. Everyone's taking 8, 9, 10. So I'm saying Edison is taking an 8.
All right, that's fair. I can.
That Champions League, man. That Champions League gives him an 8.5 because we
Bro,
won.
I'm with you.
That's the biggest historic event that we've had.
Bro, 8.5, man. That save at the end, not even the one just at the end. That one where it ricocheted.
Mad.
Bro, I nearly collapsed on the floor. Bro, when I saw that, I was like, no. I was like, yo.
Unbelievable, man.
And then we saved it. All right. So 8.5 for Edison, yeah?
Ortega?
I'm going to give him an 8.
8.
For the minutes that he played, he impressed me. That FA Cup run, only conceded a penalty. It was very harsh, that penalty as well. That should have never been a penalty.
That should never have been a penalty. The only bad game he had was against Southampton, Carling Cup.
Yeah.
That's a game I can say.
I was worried.
Standing against Chelsea in the FA Carling Cup or FA Cup, he was brilliant. So to me, I'll give him like an 8. You're right.
Were you ever worried about Ortega though, the distribution?
You know, one thing I learned it from Ramsdale, yeah? I said it. These keepers have been relegated, yeah? They've been used to this shot stopping so much, yeah? They're very good at shot stopping. Because imagine how many, bro, they're getting battered. Brighton's not having anything. The defense is getting it. The goalkeepers, every 1 minute shot, bang, you have to make a save. You know, so him coming here, he was absolutely a good shot stopper. He's enjoying life. He's saying, yo, I'm not making save. I was on the floor every 90 seconds making save for these guys. Yeah. Now I'm on the floor every 70 minutes. Yeah.
30 minutes, man. Hey, what about Sergio Gomez?
Sergio Gomez, you know, he's a youngster. I'll give him a 7.
7.
Yeah. 7.
You know what, bro? I'll be real, man. I'm gonna give him a low mark rating. I'm gonna give him a 5.5, bro.
5.5, yeah. Shit, man, that's harsh. Why is that?
Well, I think the Man United game, I was impressed with him, yeah. I was impressed with the derby when he came on, and then he passed that assist to Haaland, because the best thing about him is his crossing. His crossing is like, I don't want to overrate him and stay at Andy Robertson level, but Gomez, his crossing is elite. The thing that let him down is that there were a few games where you can clearly see that
Leicester,
at left back, that maybe he will need to be shifted into the future to the calm or to an attacking position like he's in the Euros, because some games he looked, I know obviously he's young, but some games he didn't look the level that we know he can get to.
Yeah, fair enough. I think he's young. He's 20. He's just played under 21. I think time will tell. He'll come good. He'll learn from great players. I think. And I don't know. Would you loan him out this season? Next season?
I'd keep him this season. I'd give him a off chance. For me, I think if this season goes bad and if it goes south, then we got to start thinking about.
Look at Angelino. He's gone to Galatasaray right now.
Bro, look at Angelino. This guy was similar, bombing forward. Angelino, going forward. This guy was serious, bro.
He was killing it. He was killing it. I remember he knocked out United.
But he reminds me, bro, of Zinchenko. So that's the thing I'll say. Zinchenko at the start.
Yeah.
He was struggling.
So Gomez like Zinchenko, but more attacking. Yeah, the same. What about Ake? Most improved player. 9.
Yeah, I'll give him a 9. Most improved player, and I think he's one of the reasons why we've been able. I think at the start of preseason, I knew Pep was trying to fit in Ake because we kept on playing Ake Diaz. Diaz got injured at Newcastle away. Yeah. But for obviously a City, then we had to change. Yeah. Ake came in and he stepped up. Whether that was with Akanji, whether that was playing left back, Cancelo left at a time where Ake had to step up. We had the 115 charges. We had many things going on at the club. You know, it was a bad time. The results weren't that good. I remember we're getting battered not battered, but we lost in the derby. We had our annual loss at Spurs. There's never a season that goes by but us Manchester City where we go away to that ground and we don't lose. Us Manchester City. We just, for the past couple of seasons, that's just how it's been. And then he comes in, and then he just those Champions League games that he played, I can't describe you, bro.
He was amazing.
the level he was.
What
showing.
about Akanji? Akanji, how much would you give him?
Akanji, I'll have to give him an 8.5 as well. I have to give him just a level down of Ake. I just think Ake is just being a little bit better. But Akanji, again, mistakes. That's mistakes. People were thinking that's what he was going to do. People were thinking mistakes. This is what happened in the Bundesliga. Don't get me wrong. Champions League final, he made a mistake. Yeah, there's been other games where he made a mistake. I think even in the dog
between Edison. Edison was calling for the ball, I think.
Yeah, he was going for the ball. But what I like about Kanji is when he makes a mistake, he doesn't let it affect his confidence. He's confident. He doesn't care what anyone else says about other than the people around him. And that's what I love about Kanji. When Kanji was talking about the treble, he was like, I think we can do all three. I was like, my centre back. Yeah, he can play left back, right back, centre back. And when he's played left back in that semi-final, bro, I was like, this is a Manchester City player right there. And I'll love Akanji forever. Yeah, for that performance that he did in that as a left back. Unless he does like a madness, yeah. That thing that he did at left back semi-final, where he just had them in his pocket. When Ake was injured, we were thinking, oh shit, no Akanji. No Ake, what we're gonna do?
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. 8.5 for me, bro.
I think it's the same thing. Akanji, to me, he's been outstanding. 4 choice centre back from Dortmund for still definitely 8.5. What about Laporte?
Laporte, man, I gotta give him a 6.5, bro. I just don't think he's played enough games, especially he hasn't played enough to get any higher for me. I'm not sure about for you, bro, but apart from that Everton away game where he came in, and to be fair, we played the City style. We did the whole 3-2-4-1 thing. We were doing well, but I just don't think Laporte. I just don't think Laporte played enough in that system, especially in the back end of the season, to get higher rate. Yeah, we got Gundo.
Gundo's back.
Gundo, can you hear us?
I can hear you loud. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Rates for last season. We've done Edison, Ortega, Gomez, Ake, Akanji, and now Laporte.
What'd you guys give Edison? What'd you give him?
We gave him an 8.5.
That's fair. Very good.
That's fair. All right.
But in that final, he deserves a 10, man.
Yeah, he could have got a 10 for that final alone. Yo, he's sick.
That final, that last minute save.
Unbelievable.
The 1v1 against Lautaro that when Akanji messed up.
Yes.
If Edison doesn't come out and close the angle, that's a goal.
That's a goal. Oh my God. I was in the stadium and my heart, I was oh my God.
When that happened, right? Me and my son were like screaming, what the hell? What's going on? We were shouting. And so when Edison comes out, closes the angle, and forces Lautaro to make a decision, I'm like, yeah, thank God, man. Thank God.
It fell on the right player, Lautaro.
Yeah, you can say that. What we're gonna give Ruben Diaz?
Ruben Diaz, how much? I would give him. Ake's been our deficit, so I'll give Ruben Diaz 8.5.
Yeah,
8.5. Okay. You know what, bro? I'm gonna put for me. I'm gonna put him with the 9s. 9
because of the Bayern Munich game and Real Madrid. That makes it at 9. Yeah, you're right.
Honestly, I'm even thinking 9.5. I'm stuck because with Diaz, that Bayern Munich game, the Real Madrid game, the title race games, everything changed once he was back in the team. We play so much better when he's in the team. Everybody's more comfortable. Without Diaz was injured for any longer, we're not winning that treble. I'm convinced because he's just so. But he lets everybody play so much more freely.
Absolutely.
That's why I have to give him a high rating. So I'll give him a 9. I think he's been unbelievable.
Cancelo.
I'm giving him a 2.
You know what? For that assist against Dortmund. I'll give him a 5.
I'll give him a 0.5 for that assist.
Just Yeah, just for that assist, man. And just because he's been, I don't really even know really. Apart from that, there's not really been any highlights from Cancelo. It's been not a good season. A season to forget as a City.
Yeah.
It's for him. He goes and sees us win the treble. So
my God!
Imagine.
Absolutely.
And I remember his game when he was talking about Tuchel. Hopefully, Tuchel can win the Champions League and Pep wins.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? You're on loan.
You're on loan. See that? So he can hold that for that.
Yeah, for that. That was disrespectful. Mad disrespectful.
Mad.
So what about Kyle Walker?
Kyle Walker. I'll give him a 7.5, I think.
I'll give him 7.5 too. I agree. That's what I was thinking.
Yes.
You know what? You know why Gundo, yeah, and Hamza, yeah? It's just because he got dropped. And then for me, when a player gets dropped, it means that they're not performing to that level. And I know he was injured at the start of the season. That's another reason. His injury let him down as well. But then he came back and he did pick up form, but then he got dropped again because obviously John Stones. Walker, for me, he doesn't need to give up. He's still got a place in this team. Somehow, I still think that he does. But that injury needs to look after himself for this following season the way he's been doing, because, he can see he's starting to pick up little injuries here and there. But I'll give him 7.5.
I think Kyle Walker 8. What about Rico Lewis?
Rico, I'm going to give Rico. I'm not even 7.5, 8.
I was going to give him 7. Yeah.
Done well for his age. 7. I'll give you guys a 7. You know the thing.
I don't remember he made mistakes. Did he say make mistakes? I didn't see him.
One game. And it was Tottenham away, and everybody was bad. When you see Manchester City away there, you know it's going to be a tough game. In the past recent games, we've been losing, so I can understand Rico Lewis going there, and it wasn't his best performance, and he was chucked into the deep end. I didn't even expect him to start the game, but I'd say he was the guy. As soon as he started playing after international break, he was the guy where the system started. The 3 at the back, the right back going into midfield. He was the main guy. That really made us think about if we can just put somebody that's maybe a little bit more experienced in that position, which, by the way, we haven't talked about yet, but Johnny Stones. Yeah, Johnny Stones. Yeah. Rico Lewis, I'll give him a 7. Solid season. And he can start in this team. He can start. Maybe not this season, but I think he's got a future at the club. 100%.
Yeah. Welcome, MCFC.
Yes,
welcome. MCFC protocol. Can you hear me? I think he can't.
What about John Stones?
I think he's on mute. Unmute the mic. He's on mute, I think. You can unmute the mic, MCFC. You're unmuted. I think John Stones, 8.5, 8.
Bro, again, I've got to give this guy, bro, a 9. I've got to give him a 9.
Who's that?
John Stones.
Oh, 9. Easy.
Yeah. He was brilliant, But the reason why I'll give him an 8.5, 8, because he missed loads of games.
Yeah.
Injury.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's true. I just think that, it's crazy when a centre-back's got the same amount of dribbles than Lionel Messi in the Champions League final. It's that. Wow. That's crazy alone. Yeah, bro. He created 6 dribbles in the Champions League final.
That's crazy, man. Do you remember that move that Stones does in the FA Cup final against United?
Yes.
Where he receives the ball under pressure from 3 United players in his penalty box. And he just moves out of just creates space, bang, is out. Do you remember that move?
Yeah.
That was a dirty move.
I think he did that again. When he did that little dummy.
Yeah.
I just think this season he's been playing on a level where I think even he would say himself was just on a different level. And I think that when you see a centre back, I think play the way he has, I think it's exceptional. I can't even find words about John Stones. The way this guy bounced back from 1920 to now, he's one of those players that you can see he's so loved by the fan base because of everything he's done. And his performance, again, Champions League games, his performance not just in the Champions League games, but his performances even just as a centre-back in the past few years for even England when he's played. Everywhere Stones has played recently, he's just been amazing. And I think that in that title race decider game at the Etihad, and he scored. He came up with a big goal for the second goal. John Stones just big game player.
Yeah.
Big game player.
Big game player.
He also scored a big goal against Dortmund, right? Was it Dortmund?
Dortmund equalizer. Winner. Equalizer.
Yeah.
Equalizer, yeah.
Big goal. Big goal.
Slapped it from I don't even know how many yards, but he slapped it from like 30 yards. It's crazy.
Did he play against? He didn't play against Bayern, did he?
Which one?
Bayern, home and away. Did he play?
I think he did. You know,
he did. Yeah, he
did.
Midfield.
Ruben Diaz and him, yeah.
Yeah, Kanji.
Yeah.
Okay, he kept coming in midfield. I didn't see him much in midfield, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew Stones. Do you know when I knew that Stones could possibly play this right back? It was when we played Real Madrid. At home when we won 4-3, and Fernandinho had to come on, but Walker was injured and Stones filled in there, and for the first 30 minutes, I thought he handled Vinicius. I thought Stones handled.
He didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then he got injured, and then that's when I was like, yeah. And then we brought Fernandinho on, and then we know what happened that game. Love Fernandinho, but we know what happened.
Yeah.
And then but Stones 9 for me, man. 9.
Rodri.
Rodri has been 9 points. Rodri's a 10. He's a 10.
And he's played the whole season. 10.
He's a 10. Rodri's a 10. I'm
10.
saying. Despite the mistakes that he did against Tottenham.
That's the only mistakes.
10,
man. Still.
Can you guys think of any other mistakes other than those 2 games? And it's against the same opposition.
How many games did Rodri play?
Right? I'll need to find it. Does this include?
Let's say he played Bobby 60 games? Maybe 60 games? Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, including international.
Right? Multiply by that by 90. So in how many minutes of football he made 2-3 mistakes you can remember?
Let me see. Let me do that.
Right. I mean, let's say he played 59.
5,400 minutes.
In 5,400 minutes of football, of constant football, the guy makes 2 mistakes.
Wow.
5,000 minutes.
It's crazy.
And the mistakes he makes are like, let's say they're like 10 seconds or 20 seconds of mistakes. That's it. He deserves a 10.
Nah.
Rodri has to be 10.
He has to be a 10. For me, the final
to score that goal in the UCL final, it has to be a 10.
It's sealed. For me, even before that UCL final, for me, I said he has to be a 10. Just because the Premier League, there's a reason why he was just playing. Even when Phillips was there, even when Rodri was tired, you could see in his face he was getting to the end. The game where I was genuinely worried for Rodri, was against Brighton away. And I could see he was so tired. He was you could see there was one time I think he even gave up on the ball, running back. That's the first time I saw Rodri give up on the ball, not chase back. And that's when I knew Rodri was tired. I knew he was exhausted at that point. And then everything that he did at the Euros, Nations League, you can even include that, the FA Cup game that he played, the FA Cup final, and then Champions League to seal it off. Again, at every single Champions League game he's played this season, I think he's been exceptional. I think
if you think about that goal that Rodri scores, the way he places that ball around those 2 players.
Oh my God.
And finds that gap where Onana can't see the ball. He uses the 2 players as a shadow to block Onana's view. Because Onana can actually save that goal if he sees the ball, right?
Yeah.
But he bends it around those 2 players. Those 2 players obstruct Onana's view. And before Onana knows it, the ball's in the back of the net.
I just think that goal, and then do you remember Gundo? Do you remember the Bayern Munich one as well? Left foot comes in.
Oh my God!
Bro. At a time where we needed the goal as well, to be honest, we're conceding a few chances.
He's a big game player. He's a big game player. Remember the Villa Carabao Cup final? Scores a goal there too.
even Villa on the end of the season, bro.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's a big boy. He's a big game player.
You're right.
So Hamza, when you're done, I have a topic for you to explore.
Yeah.
When you're done with the ratings.
Calvin Phillips.
I'll give him a 4.
4, yeah?
Yeah, I'll give him a 4.
Yeah, a lot of people are disappointed with performance. Have you been disappointed of a player like Calvin Phillips that we signed from Man City for the last 2-3 years?
I want to give him one more chance.
I think he'll do well.
Yeah. Remember when Rodri came, Rodri struggled.
Yeah.
And Rodri is somebody who played in Spain. He understands Pep's system. Phillips, it's hard. It's hard.
It's hard.
And he's been injured too as well. So.
And what about Gundogan?
Gundogan, I'll give him probably an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's been brilliant. I'll give him an 8 as well. KDB?
I'll give KDB an 8.
Yeah. I think KDB 9. I'll give him 9.
Yeah.
He's carried us completely. The goal at Madrid, Arsenal. These goals, the assists that he made constantly, playing with an injury, 9. Yeah, 9.5 I'll give him. He's carried us. Mahrez?
Riyadh, I'll give him a 7.
Same. Riyadh, I'll give him 7.
Yeah, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah. So I've seen some of the ratings. I agree with the Phillips one. I'd give him a 4.
Said about KDB?
KDB, I'd give him a 9. I think I'd give him a 9.5. Actually, I think in big games stepped up. And then he was Gundogan. I'd give him an 8, probably an 8.5.
Yeah.
And then as for Mahrez, it's a 7. I don't know who said 7, but yeah, Mahrez 7. I think that this season, as much as people are telling me about his GA third most goals involvement, you can't tell me this was the Mahrez that we know this season. You can't tell me that.
And Bernardo?
Bernardo, I'd give him an 8. I'd give him an 8.
Yeah.
I just think Bernardo. Just maybe I might give him an 8.5 as well, like Gundo. Actually, I'll give him an 8.5. 8.5. I just think for that Real Madrid game, I just have to give him an 8 because that second leg, he really stepped up, and even in the final.
What about Bayern game?
Bayern game as well, he was unbelievable. I think Bernardo Silva absolutely ruined. I've never seen Alphonso Davies ruined like that.
What about the way he killed Camavinga in the second leg?
Bro, and Camavinga, he just kept on going and going and going and going. And I just knew at that moment, I knew that yeah, Bernardo has to be at 8.5 for me.
What about would you say Grealish?
Jack, I'll give Jack an 8. 8. I'll give Jack an 8. I think he played to instruction. If Jack had scored more goals, he probably gets a 9, 9.5. But I'll give him an 8.
Yeah, man, I agree. I'm gonna give Grealish. I'm gonna give him also an 8. I think Grealish for me has been one of our best attackers. You can say he's been amazing this season. Probably being even our second, probably best forward, maybe. For me, but I just think with Grealish, maybe I can see MCFC protocol. He's giving him a 9. I just think Grealish this season, he's done everything, creating, hold up play. We've already talked about that. Next thing for Grealish, I think, is just to add more goals to his game. I know, obviously, we don't need that because we've just won a treble. So you might be like, oh yeah, we don't need more goals. But I think for Grealish to get the 9s, to get the 10s, I think GA is important. And I think he'll need to, and I think he will improve on that next season. I think he will get to that point next season. But this season, 8, which is better from last season. Much, much improved. We're talking about a most improved player. He could genuinely be just as improved as Ake. Just as improved as Ake. Really, really, I've seen something about in the comment there from here to there about his defensive contribution. 100%. He's defensively, never doubt about this guy.
Do you remember that game where against Liverpool at the Etihad?
Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was
Salah
about
is running through on goal. Right? Grealish is running, catches up to him, blocks it so that he covers and then Salah doesn't score a goal. Remember against Tottenham, Son is running on goal. Grealish chasing him down, wins the ball. When you have a player like that, you just have to just give your cap. You just have to just doff your cap and give him the respect that he deserves, Hamza. I give him an 8.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah, happy birthday, G certified man.
Hey, big up, bro. Thank you, Zach. Big up, bro, man. Big up.
Yeah. So the last one is Haaland and Alvarez.
I'm going to give Alvarez a 7.5. And the reason I give him 7.5, Hamza, is because every time he's called upon, he delivers. Never complains, doesn't go to the media, doesn't cry to his mother or his brother or his sisters. Just does his job, comes on, scores goal, helps Haaland out, does what he needs to do. Oh, and by the way, they won the World Cup.
Absolutely. Wins the World Cup on top of that.
Yep. 7.5 for me.
7.5. Alvarez has been outstanding, no doubt about it. Alvarez, I'll give him 8.5, 9. Because the way he's been professional, he comes on. He's finishing. You know what I said today? I don't know whether you guys would agree. He's a better finisher than Haaland, you know?
Yes.
He's a better long-range finisher than Haaland is. And to be fair with you,
just man,
his finishing in the box is pretty good as well, huh?
Yeah. He puts it. He always finishes it.
Yeah.
People haven't realized that. He's finishing. Give him the chance, you see. Top corner, top.
You know what? You're actually right, Hamza.
Yeah. Top there. Look at Real Madrid. Bang, comes, goes. No jokes.
Yeah, I wonder. Maybe there's some homework for certified and myself to think about his conversion rate.
Yeah.
How many chances does he get in front of goal? How many does he convert? Compare that to Erling Haaland.
Very high. I'll not be very surprised.
That's a good point. How many goals does he have this season? Like 15 or something?
Yeah, 15.
I even think even more.
He's dangerous, man.
I want to say even 20.
He comes in only for 15 minutes.
How many does he have? How many goals?
Look at the Fulham goal. Look at the Fulham goal.
Now, for me, I think Alvarez, he's genuinely on his way to being one of the top forwards in the game. I think already his finishing is one of the best. As a striker, he's entering that elite level. For me now with Alvarez, it's just game time. Where we're going to fit him in with Haaland. That's the only thing. 7.5, I agree with Gundo on that. I think it's a fair rating just because of his minutes. I think if he had more minutes, we'd be looking at 8s, 9s, just because of how clinical he is. He scored.
So I have some numbers right here, right? It says here, Alvarez, 18 goals for City.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm seeing here 49 games. And think about the amount of games that he came on as a sub.
Yeah.
I need to see how many starts. But
and then in his wow.
Even me, I'm trying to search.
Let me see.
Here we go, Alvarez.
All right, so he came on 18 times in the Premier League. 18 times.
Okay, here we go. Where is that?
So he basically got in 13 starts, 9 goals, and an assist.
Yeah.
In the Premier League.
Incredible.
Wow. Bro, 9 goals in 13.
So I'm seeing here 49 games, 17 goals, 5 assists, so 22 GNA in 49.
Yeah, goals per minute, I want to see. Goals per minute, he definitely is scoring loads of goals.
Definitely.
He came on 26 times in the season. guys. 26 times.
Wow.
I see subbed on 26 times. I see it.
You see it?
17 goals.
So you're telling me 17 goals, 5 assists in 23 games.
Look at that. I told you.
For me, I think Alvarez, as I said, his World Cup performance showed me when I've seen Messi work with the likes of Aguero, Higuain, Dybala, and even them, there was not that connection. But then Alvarez came into that team; they were just on a different level, And as for Haaland, I think you guys already know my answer about Haaland. I think
that's a 10.
Yeah, I'm giving him a 10, and I'm even giving him a 10.5 because I gave Rodri a 10, but I think Haaland just has been our best player this season. I just think that Haaland from minute 1 to minute 0, just go. It doesn't matter if we play good, doesn't matter if we play bad, and that's what I like about Haaland. He takes so much pressure from the defense because he can just score at any point. Haaland is one of those strikers that I'm not worried going behind in a game because I know that this guy can now score for us. He's a guy that's just so dangerous, and he's a guy that normally scores so before anybody else and takes the game away. That performance against Leipzig to 7-0, Haaland, I don't even know. Like, if I've seen a City striker, Champions League, perform to the level like that.
Yeah.
Champions League, I don't even think Aguero ever performed like that Champions League. That 5 goals. Do you guys, when I see Haaland score, what are your guys' reactions? Because for me, I feel like I don't feel surprised, but I do at the same time.
Yeah, if you think about when Haaland scores a goal, right? It's almost like unbelievable. It's like watching FIFA. It's like, I mean, I remember the United game at the Etihad. The hat trick. No, I remember the Leipzig game. After the Leipzig game, yes, 7-0. Oh my God! I was like, this is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Remember what Akanji did when Haaland scored the goal? When he was supposed to score the goal, Haaland scores the goal. Akanji was mad. Akanji was annoyed. Do you remember? I don't think you go back and watch it again. Right? Watch Akanji's reaction. It was the 4th or the 5th goal when Haaland scores. Akanji's angry. Akanji slaps his hand down in anger. And he's not celebrating with Haaland. He's annoyed because Akanji is right there, but somehow the ball finds Haaland and he scores a goal.
The thing is with Haaland, his goal against Southampton away again. Let's say we're blessed with these strikers, by the way. But this Haaland, I think, is on a different level of any. I've said this before, and people may say it's reactionary. I've said that he could easily become the best player ever to play in the Premier League. He could. He genuinely, I believe that he could become the face, even better than Thierry Henry. I think Haaland will smash.
Let me tell you what rival fans are thinking right now about Erling Haaland and the media, the red media. They're hoping on Erling Haaland is a one-season freak.
Yeah.
That's their hope. Because they know if Haaland gets another 30-something, 40 goals this season, right? The conversation about the greatest Premier League striker is over. They know. So they're hoping that he has an average season and scores maybe 25 goals, maybe 28 goals, and maybe he's off the boil because he's won everything. That's what they're hoping. If he comes out again and starts to score 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, we need to start asking questions around who's the greatest striker to cross the Premier League.
I just think not even just the Premier League. I just think that he's on a level now where I think he could be the face of football for the next 10, 15 years, 20 years.
He's already the face of the certified. I don't know about you guys in the UK, but here in the US on Peacock, NBC, if you click on the app and you go to the Premier League channel, right? The face on that is not Mo Salah, it's not Bukayo Saka, not Harry Kane. It's Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
I think him and Mbappe, those two, they're just for me.
The face. You see that EA Sports thing today? The EA Sports thing today? Where they had all the players?
Yeah.
Who was in the middle?
Haaland.
And I think he's
football, man. I went to Istanbul. I went to Istanbul. All these Turkish kids, I swear to God, who wearing Haaland shirts. I swear, Istanbul kids. Bro. Kids wearing this Turkish kids. It's all Haaland. They're talking about.
Do you have that picture, Hamza? Do you have the EA Sports 24 picture? Do you have it?
Yeah.
Can you share it?
I think, let me find it.
And the reason why I said if I wanted to share is because people think that it was by accident that Haaland was in the middle. No. These guys who take pictures, they know exactly what they're doing. Right? Not only is he the center of the picture, look at his body position and how people are around him.
The Zidane, the Pelés.
He's the center of everything.
All right. Let me find this here. So Haaland, they have 52 goals in 53 games. 52 in 53. That's for a City, yeah? I'm trying to look at his international, yeah? International, I think that even goes up to around about 56. Yeah? 56, maybe even more. Yeah? In his whole career, let me search the whole career because this is where it gets even crazy. 187 goals in 236 games. 187 in 236. We're talking about crazy numbers. And I said this.
I found it. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send a link to you. I found it. Send it to Danny.
When it comes to the box, guys, I'll be real. When it comes to just the box, I don't think, apart from Cristiano Ronaldo, I've seen a guy like Haaland in the box. In the box. When it's just around the box, I've not seen it. You can say okay or 9, but I'm just talking about the box. I'm not talking about step overs. I'm not talking about doing rainbow flicks, Brazilian football, 70s football. I'm just talking about being in the box. There's a reason why people say tap-ins all the time. There's a reason why he signed Phil Foden's ball and said tap-in king, because he's always there.
Absolutely.
He's always there. For me, 10.5, man. Big game player. Future of the game as well.
Absolutely.
You know who you have to give a 10, Hamza? The medical team.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you guys do Foden, by the way, before we go to medical team?
Foden, I think. Did you do Foden? I think we forgot him. Foden, I'll give him an 8.
I'll give him an 8 too.
He was injured.
I'll give him an 8 as well.
Injury, and he scored same goals as Saka.
Yeah, his injuries. And you had to put that one in, Hamza. That was nice, man. A little dig there. I love it. I love
that dig in the in, you know. You know, the Arsenal fans, they don't like it.
They don't like that one.
You know, they never knew.
But as Gundo was saying, the medical team, about 10. I'll give them a 10. They've been amazing, man. They've been amazing. What about, obviously, Pep?
I'm going to give him 11, man.
11, bro. Same, man.
100 out of 10. Everyone was against him to fail. Everyone wanted him to fail.
I'll tell you why I give him 11 over 10, right? It's not just the football on the field. It's not just dealing with these crazy players who like Cancelo who are trying to upset the whole issue. It's dealing with those charges, his press conference after that charge thing came out. The way he defended the club, the way he spoke about the club and what we need to do. And I mean, and then he goes and wins the treble.
Impressive.
Yeah, where do you go? You know what it's like, right? It's like you have a student in your classroom, right? The student gets 100% on the exam, all the exams, 100%. This same student, right, says, "Oh, Mr. Hamza, I can come to your house. I can actually clean your house for you, take your trash out, cook you a good meal that you love, right? Right, and do everything for you." That's what it's like. There's nothing else.
Nothing.
He wins the treble.
Yeah.
He doesn't just win the Champions League that we've been crying about.
Yeah.
He wins the Champions League, the FA Cup, and the Premier League. This time last year, did we all think that he was going to win all 3?
Nope.
I thought he had it in him, but to actually do it, you know what? Because he got so close.
If we had told you, certified, that to win the FA Cup, he's going to have to beat, I believe, was Liverpool and Chelsea, or Chelsea and Liverpool on the way. He's going to have to beat United on the way to that in the semi-final. to win the Champions League, he's going to have to play 4 games, right? Against 2 games against both Madrid and Bayern Munich back to back.
Yeah.
And then he's going to have to overcome an Arsenal team that had the best points total in their history, plus the best points total after half of the season.
You know, I'll say this, Gundo, yeah. The start of the season, I always believe, I believe Pep can do a craziness just because that 2021 season where we nearly won a treble, nearly even forget treble, we nearly won a quadruple. Then we got knocked out in the semi-final. Stefan did the madness. Stefan, man, for that game. That's when I knew it was finished. Yeah. And then obviously the Champions League game we lost. But then it was mid-season. Yeah, it was mid-season where I was like, okay, just before the Chargers, when we started losing the derby, I was thinking, okay, maybe the Premier League or the Champions League, we might be thinking of one or the other. Maybe this is the season where we're going to have to try and think of one. And I was thinking even more the Champions League because I thought that we were more of a smash and grab team. I could see that we were becoming a little bit more stronger in cup competitions, especially with Haaland. And then once the Chargers, as Gundo said, off the pitch, the Chargers, the speech he made, the way he
united the whole fan base, the football club, everything.
For me, that was, people might say it's over emotional from us, but nah, you want to see your manager do that. Yeah, you could see that Pep loves us, that he loves this club. And for me, he signed, that's another reason, 11. He signed a contract to stay longer. Cancelo, the situation happened. There's been injuries that have happened. The system, bringing in Rico Lewis, winning a treble. When you're doing a 3P. For me, Pep Guardiola, when it comes to influence on this club, nobody has ever influenced
Manchester Football Club so much
more than Pep Guardiola. For me, he is the biggest legend. When we talk about legends, he is the legend, and he forever, I think, will be the legend. The Messi of Manchester City Football Club.
He's the Messi of coaches.
The Messi of coaches. Pep Guardiola.
He's the Messi of coaches.
Absolutely. No doubt.
For me, I didn't need him to do a third UCL to know that he was the greatest. For me, I already said he was. I already put him on that level. But as soon as he won that treble, I knew. That's when I was like, I'm never hearing a conversation with Mourinho again.
Yeah. No. There's no conversation. There's no conversation to be had.
No, absolutely.
I mean, people. And I know Arsenal fans are talking about Arteta. I like Arteta. He's done a good job, but he's not in the conversation. It's like it's not.
He's nowhere near the conversation.
There's no comparison.
It's not even on the.
The only person that can say comes close is probably Klopp, and of course Ancelotti, of course. But Ancelotti didn't even win a treble.
Yeah, I don't even think.
Done it twice with Barca. He's done it with Barca and Man City.
Yeah.
The only other guy, that's with Pep is for me Sir Alex Ferguson. That's it. Pep, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Just because of the longevity, and I can respect it as much as I hate. As much as I hate him, I can respect the longevity.
Yeah.
But in Europe, Pep's even now got more Champions Leagues than him. 3. He's won 3 in a less time. I don't care if you bring me the squads. Sir Alex Ferguson had good squads to win, but Pep utilized the squads. Sir Alex Ferguson had best squad, but Pep utilized his squad.
The reality certified is that when it comes to Pep's 2 Champions Leagues that he won, guess who was the victim of those wins?
Fergie.
Thank you. Case closed.
Absolutely.
There's no debate. It's just case closed.
No debate. No debate.
And then we could win 6 trophies. Like, you could be not only the first manager to win 2 trebles, but the first manager to win 6 trophies with 2 different clubs. Bro. See, bro, he's saying a treble isn't enough. I need to add 3 more. My manager, man. And even though people ever say that Pep was a failure at Bayern, I remember he delivered the Club World Cup there, and I think he even delivered the Super Cup there. I need to check that. But Pep,
he did. I think they did. Yeah, he did. I think he did.
He just missed out on the Champions League there. bro, there's no doubt for me in my mind that this guy's the greatest. No doubt.
Absolutely. No doubt.
But yeah, man.
Guys, thank you so much, man.
No problem, Hamza.
Yeah.
Big up, guys, man. Big up, Gundo, Hamza. And
I'll be doing a daily if you want to join up every day, man. 10 o'clock. We'll do even half an hour.
Yeah, just send me the link. If I'm available, I'll join, man. No problem.
it's been fun. I've enjoyed it, man. It's always fun with Gundo and Hamza, man. It's always fun.
Absolutely.
I enjoy it. And obviously,
continue, man. Just do
big
it
up,
on it.
big up to the chat.
Everyone, man.
Yeah, big up to the chat as well, man.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you to G Setfad and Gunron. Big up, man.
Thank you, bro.
Respect everyone, man.
Big up to the chat, man, as well, because
I've seen every single one here.
I've seen the birthday wishes, man.
Yeah, MCFC, Gnome, everyone.
Whose birthday is it?
Silver.
It's mine, bro. It's mine.
Oh, happy birthday, brother. Happy happy birthday.
Big up.
Yeah, man.
1 year younger.
Yeah, 1 year younger, yeah. And big up Dammy as well. Big up Dammy as well.
Hey, Dammy, well done, Dammy.
We'll continue doing it every day, definitely.
Anytime. Yeah, I'm here.
Pleasure, man. Take care, guys.
Take care.